Gulchisha Hitisa Achi, Khonea ya Achsai, Lukachati Hatsati, Ya Achklayana Nachka, Deki Nachatsatita, Ya Achish Hasaya Yupik Khasami. Kechatua wat Anchorage, Alaska, Shkakweko Akochtati, Ya Achlaka Achish, Ushgatas with the Atyuk. Yag Achijani Nadagu. Yadua Ajinchaniye Atlain at the way Adayajachani Yag Skashnik Aya Kachshahid Ka Adyahai Ka Singiti Hatangi Dati Jachani. One Konins Chagudachai Adat Ijachani. One Konins Adatui Itachwatank Wasa Kai Igachtu. Ja, hayu khatangi. Ye awakan chisha etisa ahi, aidat. Kalkai, khinach inukakwatan, yahi jini dad. Thank you. My name is Lance Twitchell. This is where I work. This is where I do my writing. This is where I do drawing. This is where I do work in the Tlingit language, developing curriculum, translating materials, hosting meetings with folks. I think it's incredible that in the state of Alaska, we support artists, visual artists, literary artists, theatrical artists, artists of all different kinds, musicians. When I was growing up, I was born in Skagway, grew up in Anchorage. I didn't think I had a lot of support. I want to be careful. I had an art teacher in high school who was wonderful. Just anything you want to access, go for it. And I think I had great English teachers who taught me a lot about how to write a good sentence, how to write a good paragraph, how to write a good chapter, how to write a good essay. But sometimes I would have, I had a teacher, I used to draw a lot when he would talk. And I would listen. I'd listen to what he had to say. And one time he made fun of me in front of everybody. And I was 12 years old. Nothing I was going to do about it. But I remember he said, well, I hope you go somewhere with that someday. And just the way he said it, like maybe he was mad at me because he thought I wasn't paying attention. I could have told him everything he was saying. But my parents, Achish, Skundu, Timothy Twitchell, Achlahas, Kashtakade, Deborah Karltakov, Kajishkatit, Marion Dennis Madden. They really encouraged me to just try whatever I wanted to. So thankful that my parents didn't try to say, just do one thing, just do one thing. Because now I'm a multimedia artist because of the things that they gave me, the time, the space. So I try to think about the way that art serves as an outlet to people. For me, it helps me to survive. This is not an easy world for me to live in. I think there's a lot of cruelty. I think historically there has been. I think there is right now. And I think there's going to be. But I look at my kids, I have 3 kids, and I think about what I want for them. How could it be easier? How could they find a way? How could I not be limiting to them, but show them that the whole world is full of options? Can't do anything, but anything might be possible. So I think about this because I work here. I write stories, I write poetry, I write screenplays, I write plays. I draw traditional Northwest Coast art, design especially, and I do a lot of language work here. And I think about all of these different things and how they interact. And I think getting this support is more than just a financial support. It's an emotional and spiritual support. Sometimes I'm facing the other way, and I'm just looking at a blank page and trying to think, how am I going to fill that? Who am I to do this? Who am I to try to do something worthwhile? But then I think about the way that this supportive network says, make wonderful things in Alaska. So if you're an artist and you are in Alaska, there's opportunities for you. If you're connected to Alaska and you've moved away, you come home. We got things here for you. And I think the arts are not always appreciated as they maybe should be. You go to a movie, you read a book, you hear a poem, you hear a song, like all these things, like someone created that. So for me, it gives me just time and space and an affirmation. All those times I heard someone maybe say I couldn't do it. But then to have this powerful entity say, we think you can. We believe in you. It means a lot to me. It actually helps me keep going. Because sometimes as an artist, it's just you and whatever medium you're working in. You have all your teachers, you have your ancestors, you have your future generations, you have your friends, your family, you have people who support you. But I think building these networks across Alaska is so important. Because there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of suffering. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of just trouble. But I think when we stick together, we find a way to tell a great story, to write a great poem, to capture that moment that is Alaska, which is so many voices, and these voices that need to be heard. So my advice is thinking about applying as a mid-career artist. When do you do that? When do you know you're mid-career and not beginning? Well, I think when you've had some publications or you've had an art installation, you've had some things and your name is becoming known, and you're becoming known as sort of a leading voice in a particular area. And I hope if you're hitting that mid-career where you're finding some success as an artist, that you're also finding ways to teach others. And then I think of all these mentors who are no longer here. And sometimes when I'm up late at night, writing something, drawing something, I'm thinking, I wish they would see that. I wish my dad could see that. I wish my mom could see that. But sometimes what you do is you write in their absence. You write, it's something that doesn't fill the void, but it's inspired by it. And so I think about this, and if you're an artist and you've never applied for a Rasmussen Foundation, or maybe you've been rejected a bunch of times. I got rejected a few times. You try and keep going. Look at that application process. Read those questions. Think it over. Make sure that you can be powerful in 500 words. Have someone that you could show it to. Maybe say, hey, what do you think of this? And I think get used to hitting that deadline. Sometimes it can get difficult, like if you're late on something and then you get later and later. But I think find your successes. Find find people who will give you genuine, constructive feedback on what you're trying to do. You never know where the next piece of inspiration is going to come from. I'm really thankful to have a chance to work on this novel, to finish it. I intend to finish it. And so something like going for a mid-career artist fellowship is you're thinking, I need to be able to finish this big thing. I've been writing some stories. I need to do a novel. I've been writing some scenes. I need to do a full-length screenplay. Because the voices and the images that are created by Alaskans, that's what represents us in this place, where we were, where we are, where we will be. Iguayachwan, Chatasadata way yijini, at achtashi shachay tlajiyen qati, Katata tinaksa yeti ishukakye kwati, Akade aya, kukki good, Data tinaksa yeti. Ye awe achten de tani ye yeti ya yidat, Ye achlir kohas, Hasujiyes, Kahatachan kisani. Ka'achyatki, Kachaltakat Yuhan, Wuchin, Kusachan, Katutla Antin, Yagachtutlak, Ganalchish, Ye Awe.